Something I wrote in part so I don't forget what I want to say, and in part so I don't just cry the whole time, and I've already cried 3 times, so. But yeah, my son's name is William, and he's 7 years old now. He attended Fuse for 3 years. From the beginning, Will was different. He was really sensitive to crowds and sounds and change. He would hop in circles around the room rather than be in the middle with the people. He communicated using quotes from books and shows rather than just talking to people. He loved routines and repetition. He was also a sweet, happy kid, but I was concerned from the start, so I looked for help. We got on a year-long wait list for an evaluation at Children's Hospital, and when the receptionist booked us, she warned me that a lot happens to a toddler in a year, so I should get him the right services right away. As I spoke with speech therapists and teachers and psychologists, they all had that same message. Something was going on with Will, and I should get him the right services right away. I would have loved to do that, but I didn't know where to go or what those services would look like. Every program I learned about focused on behavior. Therapies like ABA use rewards and consequences to condition children to exhibit more typical behaviors. And I'm sure that's right for some kids, but I really didn't feel like it was right for Will. I didn't want him to be trained to act acceptably. I knew that a lot of him was just buried inside, and I wanted to learn how to bring that out, and I wanted him to enjoy experiences and not be held back by his differences. So finally, I heard about Fuse. We visited, Lauren had a play session with Will. And when we talked after, she said, okay, so he's autistic, and I think this program's gonna be just right for him because, and she started talking about communication and scripted versus spontaneous language and friendship and play, and I just burst into tears. I was like, totally, who is this person? What is she talking about? And she just stared at me and said, has no one said that to you yet? And no one had, and it was shocking to hear it, but I wasn't crying because I was hearing it, I was crying because I was so relieved. Because at that point, I knew he was on the spectrum, and I needed someone to see it, and to say it, and to tell me that they could help. And until I met Lauren, no one would even say it. So at Fuse, we started the next fall, and I saw kids that were just like Will. And that had never happened before as a parent, and I'd never seen another toddler that reminded me of Will. But there were a bunch here at Fuse, and they were great kids, and they were bright and sweet and funny, and they struggled to communicate, and they struggled with unexpected things. They struggled with all the same stuff that Will struggled with. And the Fuse program is a place for those kids. It isn't about sticker charts and training kids to look normal. It's really about helping kids fully be themselves and make connections to others. For kids with communication challenges, connecting with people is really hard work. It's confusing and stressful and tiring. And so it's understandable that it might be a better option to just stay in their own world because they don't feel motivated to engage with others. Rather than motivating them with prizes, the teachers at Fuse build motivation from within so that the kids want to engage, and then the Fuse teachers provide strategies and practice to help make it happen. Will's first year at Fuse as a watchful whale was, Miss Chris and Miss Lizzie would say, all about the love. Their teachers guided them to build connections so they could feel the experience of having friends and realize that it was worth the hard work. During his 3 years at Fuse, he learned how to make play plans and use his imagination, which we didn't even know he had an imagination. He bonded with other kids and learned that being in a group means considering others and that other people might have different perspectives and feelings. He learned to recognize how his body was responding in a situation and what he could do about it. He did all these co-regulation activities that helped him understand how to function with others. Over time, we got to hear more and more of his own original thoughts, not just lines from books. He can now approach kids on a playground, ask them to play, and then he can play with them, which is just amazing to watch for us. He made so much progress. When we finally did get that evaluation at Boston Children's Hospital, it was like 14 months later, and they diagnosed him with autism and told me that at his age, it would probably be hard to find the right services for him. because ABA style therapy wasn't the right fit, but that's mostly the only thing that's available to toddlers. They gave me a list of suggestions so that I could piece together therapies and activities to help him, but every single item on their list was already being addressed by Will being at Fuse. Every recommendation coming from Children's Hospital, I could say, yep, he does that at Fuse. Yep, he's learning that at Fuse. Yep, we do that at home because they taught me to do it at Fuse. It was such a relief. And for kids like Will, and there are so many kids like Will, Fuse provides the right services that are otherwise really hard to find for kids this age. Now Will's in first grade, and he's at public school, Lexington, like Lauren said, and he's doing really well. He likes school, and he has friends. When we went to our first parent-teacher conference, his teacher talks about Will's leadership in her class, and he said, he really understands how to be a friend. And my husband, right away, was like, he learned that at Fuse. He has an IEP that was created with the help of Miss Maggie and of Miss Lauren, who sat in on our IEP meetings to make sure Will got the right accommodations to enable him to succeed. And he's really doing great. The time Will spent at Fuse impacted his development and continues to benefit him. He still has struggles, and as a parent, I still struggle to support him. But he is at such an advantage because of his years at Fuse. And I'm at an advantage because I learned so much about how his mind works and how I can support his growth. And when I'm stuck, I email Miss Lauren, and I text Miss Maggie, and I think to myself, and this is really true, I think to myself, what would Miss Kristen do? And then I do that, and it helps. And so I'm just so grateful that we found Fuse, and I love that they're expanding, and I know not about expansion, but helping more kids, because it really is hard to find something like this. It's a unique type of program that really respects kids and their families and helps them move on. So thank you so much.